And here's the next one. Let's go ahead and ask ourselves first, what is the question? What are we trying to find here? And so when it reads, we see that it says, what is the total time taken for the trip? So yeah, what we're looking at here is clearly it says total time. So what that means is there are potentially multiple parts to this trip. And so we need to find the time for the first part of the trip, the second part of the trip, the third part if there is a third part, and then we'll calmly add them all together. So here we go. First part, it says a driver travels. Right over here, let me catch the word. A driver travels 66 miles at 11 miles per hour. And then the second part of the trip here shows that we are traveling at 75 miles at 15 miles per hour. So two parts of the trip, we can find the time individually and then add them together. So again, it's just not one single step, it's a couple of different steps. So here we go. To find the distance for that first part, to find the time for the first part, we'll plug in the distance where it belongs, 66 miles. The rate we'll plug in at 11 miles an hour, multiplied by the time. Everybody, from there, when we set up the blue part, distance equals rate times time, so 75 miles equals the rate, which is 15 miles an hour, multiplied by time. Sweet. There we go. Now let's go ahead and find the times and add them together. So everybody, we are going to divide. So we'll divide both sides here by 11. 66 divided by 11 gives us what? Correct. That's going to give us 6. So we have 6 hours right there equals time. Now we're not done. We have to go ahead and find the time over here. So we'll divide both sides by 15 on the right side. And what we're going to get is, well, if it's not obvious, remember, when in doubt, simplify. Simplification works well. So when we take a look at 75 divided by 15, they are both divisible by 3. We can absolutely divide the top and the bottom by 3 to get this done in a slightly easier way. So 75 divided by 3 and 15 divided by 3. Everyone, what's 75 divided by 3? 75 divided by 3 is 25. That is correct. And then 15 divided by 3 is what? That is 5. So we have 25 divided by 5. Everybody, 25 divided by 5 is what? Yeah, that's 5. So hopefully for those of us that are still working on our mental math skills, we can definitely utilize simplification to make the calculation easier. So nonetheless, though, we have 5 hours for that second part of the trip. Everybody, what did we say? Are we going to add or subtract those time periods? Add them together. Exactly. So 5 plus 6, that's going to give us 11. And so therefore, the total time for this trip is going to be 11 hours. And there we are. Booyah. We can go ahead and highlight that correct answer nice and easy as 11 hours. And there we go. That is the next one knocked down. Nice and easy. Who here is feeling themselves? Who here feels like they're getting the routine going on here? They know what to look for and how to look for it. There we go. There we go. Now, me seeing this, I can only let you be happy for so long. I'm kidding. We're going to go ahead and try another slightly different type of question out. And, we'll see how it goes. But remember everybody, it is not about memorizing questions. It's about truly understanding them. We want to work to the point at which we can explain what we're doing with our words. Can we explain it through and through? Can we justify the steps that we take? Let's go ahead and try this next one out, and let's keep up the great work. Y'all are doing great. All right, next question. So what we're going to do here, first thing, just read the question sentence. No need to, look at the numbers first, because that's only going to get your mind going in the wrong direction. So here, how long will it take? So how long will it take? And then when I look at the answer choices, the units are minutes. So everybody, based on the keywords in the problem sentence or the question sentence, and then seeing the units minutes, I think it's pretty safe to assume that we're dealing with what? Yeah, we're trying to find time. Yeah, we are dealing with time. So, sweet. That's what I can absolutely say. How long will it take? We're looking for minutes, which is time. And when we take a look at the information that we're dealt here, everybody, we see that a conveyor belt needs to travel 3,600 feet at 450 feet per minute. So everyone, we're given a distance, we're given the rate, and we are looking for time. So this is a classic distance equals rate times time problem. Now from here, let's plug in the values that we have and let's see what we can do. Because it sounds like we have everything we need. 3,600 feet is the distance. That's how far we travel, the conveyor belt that is. We have the rate given to us by the word per there, feet per minute. So we have 450 right over here. And lastly, again, we're looking for time, so we'll leave that as t. So everybody, pop quiz. Because we're not looking for distance, the operation that we'll do to both sides is what? Yeah, division. The opposite of multiplying the rate and the time together is going to be divide. We are going to divide out that 450 so we can get the time by itself. Now, I know we may be looking at this, the 3,600 divided by 450. We might be looking at that like, oh man, that's a pretty big division. But you're good. This is where, when it comes to test taking, we have to understand that we don't have to just divide these two massive numbers. We can simplify first. Everybody, at the very least, given that each of these values end in 0, what can we do with those zeros? Yeah, we can remove one. We can cancel one out. For those of you who are not aware of the exact technical math, it's actually not so technical. It's just dividing out 10. If I were to say, hey, if I have 150 divided by 10, that's 15. If I have, let's say, 3,700 divided by 10, that's 370. You just take off the last 0 if you want to divide a 10. And because both of them have a 10 or a 0 at the end, we can divide the 10 out. So to make it less complicated, I'll just go ahead and cancel out one of the zeros. And we have 360 divided by 45. Now, you don't have to divide by 45 here, everybody. Like, if you wanted to just bail and say, hey, I'll go ahead and do 45 into 360, sure, go for it. But sometimes knowing how to simplify can get you the correct answer much faster. And let me prove that to you here. Everybody, when I look at 45, sometimes, a lot of the times, I look at 9 times 5. Question, is 360 divisible by 9? Hint, hint, is 36 divisible by 9? It is. It absolutely is. So what is 360 divided by 9 going to be? Yeah, that'll be 40. That'll be 40 up top. And then if I divide by the 9 on the bottom, that'll be 5 left over on the bottom. Look at that. Everybody, you tell me, is 40 divided by 5 easier than 3,600 divided by 450? Oh yeah, I bet my bottom dollar, absolutely. So yes, we are going to finish this up. 40 divided by 5, that is a clean 8. And that's why the correct answer here will be B, 8 minutes. And there we go. So again, we simplified here to basically not do one big long division, just showing you different techniques that you can use depending on the circumstance or situation. But regardless, either technique would get you the correct answer. Answer choice B, 8 minutes.